I suppose you could call you legends anyway, guys, but I want your thoughts on this because you can see the Bayern Munich fans are still in here. The Manchester United fans have been leaving pretty quickly after what they saw tonight. It wasn't the best form, it wasn't the best showing from their team, who really could have gone out here and pushed for a win, and didn't necessarily feel like we saw that sort of desire, that motivation. Is that fair to say?
I don't know about desire. I think you have to respect your opponents as well at times, and they're playing against a very, very clinical, confident Bayern Munich team who are very experienced at this level, and who have potent players as well. And if you open up too much and you go kind of gung-ho too early in a game like this, of this magnitude, then you will get punished at this level. And I think they had to be more balanced. We asked for more balance in their performances, because I think through this group stages they've, like I said, it's been you attack, we attack, and you can't do that and afford to do that at this level. You do get punished, and this is why Man United are out at this stage, at the group stages.
But was it the case of they were going to go out if they didn't do that anyway? So they were either going to lose in the way that they did here, or lose handsomely. Or the flip side of that is they'd have gone for it more than one shot on target. Could have seen what happened.
Yeah, we asked for balance there. I think it was a frightened performance more than anything. They knew what they were playing against. Although I don't think, I said before, I don't think Bayern had the intensity they really needed to go on and win. They didn't have to win this game. It was a nice, comfortable evening for them. We wanted Manchester United to go for it. Of course we do. We always do. But you have to play with discipline at times. Now, this game, they have played with discipline and they played okay. But there was such a lack of goal threat. And it's been so different to them other games where they've had the goal threat and scored plenty of goals. But discipline going the other way and conceding goals has just killed them.
But that's the thing we've been asking for, balance. You discipline we asked for, you get it today, but then you lose the goal for it. Yeah. In the other game, just scoring goals at will, but you conceding a lot of goals as well. So to find that balance is what the manager's got to do. He's got to unlock that in this team. But I think if they opened up and they got beat handsomely today, they've got to go Liverpool the weekend. So you need to keep something in there.
Keep a little bit of confidence, perhaps.
Here's Harry, I think.
This man was part of the reason why they lost this game tonight. Hello, Harry. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. That's the microphone for you. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very
That was
much.
a lovely little bit of work there for that goal in that game. How was it in general?
It was nice. I felt like we controlled the game. I felt like we had the better chances. United might have had a bit of possession, maybe a bit. I'm not sure what the possession stats were, but you know, we was calm and we knew on the quick transitions that we could hurt them, and that's what kind of happened. You know, it was it's always tough when you're kind of top of the group, you're through already, but we had a good motivation after the result we had on the weekend, and it was nice to get this win today.
How are you feeling at your new club now? Obviously, Bayern Munich's a huge club. You've gone there, and you want to win trophies and stuff. Now, how have you settled in? We've seen the goals and assists that you've got, but how are you dealing with like the expectations at a club like that, and also differences to what you've been used to?
Yeah, I think it just comes with time, you know. The club itself, the fans, the teammates, the staff, everyone's been amazing since I've arrived and made me feel really welcome, and you know that's part of the reason I've been able to do what I've done so far, and I honestly feel like there's more to come. I feel like I'm getting to know my teammates more and more, the way the boss wants to play more and more, sometimes dropping, sometimes staying high, and it suits me well, especially with the players we have like Jamal and Leroy King around me. I know I can get into them pockets and create chances as well, so we have a good chance this year.
I mean, it must be a dream really playing with those sort of players. 22 goals, 8 assists, not bad, is it?
I was just going to say, to play with that quality of player must be brilliant. When you actually lined up before the game, I thought, wow, what a team that is. And as I've said on air before, I almost felt like you had a few more gears to go through tonight. Is that how you felt?
It's hard to say. I think, like I said, after the result on the weekend, we had a real motivation to come out strong and with a high energy, without the ball, with the ball. And yeah, we executed well. I still feel like in the final third we can be a bit more clinical. We can finish our chances on the final ball, even towards the end. A couple of the counter attacks, we just kind of had a bit of a slow ball. But yeah, look, we've had a good start to the season. But like I touched on, I still feel like there's more gears to go in general, not just today. We have a couple more games, then we get a nice break, which I'm not used to, and then hopefully in the new year we can really push on.
Harry, you know, I want to talk about the attacking players. One of them who interests me massively, and I think that me and Scholes are making noises, jumping around in there at moments. Musiala. How good is this kid, and what can he actually be, and how good has he been for you?
Yeah, he's fantastic. Really good kid. You know, really good mentality as well. Wants to improve. Wants to work hard. He's been a little bit unfortunate with a couple of injuries. That's kind of just knocked him out of rhythm a little bit this season, but you saw out there tonight, you know, when he gets into them spaces, you can't mark him almost. He's so agile, so quick, drives with the ball, and then plays a good final ball. You know, all I'd say to him is to keep working on, you know, the final product, keep trying to push himself to score more, assist more, But I think, what is he, 20 years old? He's got, you know, a great future ahead of him if he just keeps doing what he's doing.
How's your German coming on?
Give us something. Give me a little something.
I'm saving that for maybe in the summer when we're there for the Euros. But I'm doing a couple lessons a week, so
not well then.
Basically, yeah. I don't want to embarrass myself.
No, don't.
Anyway.
I wouldn't even give it a go. So I've got a lot more respect for you than myself if I moved out there. But are you settling in? I know there's lots of reports that you're in a hotel and you're now settling in a villa. Is it all nice for you? And is the balance okay with your family?
Yeah, it's been difficult. You know, it was my first move in my career, so I probably didn't realise how much goes into it. Not just, you know, with the new team, but the personal stuff with the family. I've got 4 kids, and so thankfully, you know, we've found a house now, and you know, we'll be looking to move in after the winter break. So it's nice to have that settled. I guess the only problem is if I stop scoring when they come, I might have to send them back. But
what's been the most difficult thing since like moving over, transition to a new country and stuff? What has been the most difficult where you go, oh, I didn't expect that?
Yeah, I think it is that. I think it's all the stuff outside. You know, there's so much you have to sort out in terms of. From work permits to you know, finding houses to finding schools.
You don't do that on yourself. You've got someone doing that
no,
for you.
I try and do as much as I can. I've got good help around me. I've got good family.
Speaking German's been a bit of a problem as well.
But look, the league itself has been really good. You know, the standard's been really high, and of course you've seen where we're second in the league, so you know we've got to kind of step it up there. But overall, I'm just enjoying the new experience. You know, obviously this is a familiar stadium for me. I've played here plenty of times, but even just playing in new stadiums, different fans, you know, it's given me a real excitement. For the next stage in my career.
Great.
Before we let you go, Bayern Munich potentially up there now, whether they weren't in the beginning, I'm pretty sure they were up there quite high as favourites, but how do you guys feel as a team now, qualifying pretty early for the knockout stages? How confident are you that at the end of this season we will see you up there in the final?
Yeah, I think, look, we've definitely got enough ability to go far in this competition. Obviously that's the aim of the club, that's the ambition from the get-go, is to go and win the Champions League. So you know, it'll be a tough test. You know, you've got top teams around the whole of Europe who are thinking the same thing, but I think, you know, we just got to keep improving. Like I touched on a bit there, I still feel like we've got another level we can achieve, and if we do that and we fight all together like we did today, then we'll have a good chance.
Excellent, Harry, thank you so much. Congratulations, well done.
And
we'll see you again very soon. We'll see you at the knockout stages. This suits you, by the way, looks great. Wonderful, Harry Kane there, obviously. Look, that team, what I love about...
By the way, he definitely isn't sourcing all that stuff himself. I'm telling you, he's got a team. He'll have someone who's doing it for him, I'm telling you.
Rio, you're practically retired, and I know you can't book anything in your own still, so like, you're in no position to judge that man.
Right.
But what I love is that even in these interviews, and he'll come over and you can tell he's such a leader. So he's obviously gone into that team, hasn't he? He talks about all of those younger players that are around, and you can just imagine the kind of influence that he's having on them as well.
You can see that straight away. The leadership from where he's talked about young Musiala, who we think is a sensational player already. He still needs to do more. He needs to get himself in spaces, he needs to make goals, he needs to score goals, and like I said before the game, that's a player that I think was probably needed here. Look, it's not happening, but he's gone to a team that can potentially win the Champions League. There's no doubt about that. They usually win the German league, but Bayern Munich, when you think of Bayern Munich, they think about the Champions League. That's their one thing at the start of the season, and I think this team is capable of doing it. Look, there's Manchester City's, Real Madrid, there's still good teams in it, but I think as an all-round package, I like this Bayern Munich team.
Rio, when you've had players that have come into your team as well, and there's a language barrier, but you know exactly how good they are, how does that work, and how hard is it to gel as a team, but individually as well, when there is that language barrier to begin with?
Football's a universal language. That's it. You can struggle with language, you can struggle communication-wise off the pitch. Once you get over that white line, Carlos Tevez is a great example. He barely spoke anything other than like muttering and grunting. But when he got out there, he was a phenomenal player who we all appreciated, and we didn't mind him not speaking the language. But Harry, I'm sure, like you say, taking lessons. I think players warm to players a little bit more off the pitch when they do take an interest and try to learn the language as well, and the culture, and the fans as well appreciate that. And I think when you go to a new country, it is nice to do that, I would say.
Okay, guys, stay with us because we've got more analysis coming, more with injuries too. How is he going to manage this for the rest of the season? Well,
he's going to have to utilise the squad. Players are going to have to step up. I mean, there's a crazy stat going around. The last forward player to score at Old Trafford was Jadon Sancho. Do you know what I mean? So
in the Premier League.
In the Premier League. So players have got to step up. Harry Maguire's gained back confidence after being out of the side for a long time. Picked up an injury today. It looks like Luke Shaw may have got a niggle as well, who had to come off. So these injuries have been prominent throughout the season and are continuing to build up now. But you have to show a resilient side. You have to find a way now, and maybe you have to look at the younger players. Mainly, we have to come in maybe and play some more minutes. But the players that are coming in some of those areas, you've got like Wan-Bissaka's £45 million. It's not like he's a young kid who's got no experience. A £45 million player coming on the pitch today. Do you know what I mean? Varane comes in today, like four Champions League. So it's not like you're bringing in like guys who've never played at this level. So I do understand. I think we've talked about it before. The drop-off is too big.
Yeah. I don't think defensively was a problem today, actually, Rio. I thought creativity in the middle of the pitch was a major problem today. As Rio said, when you haven't got Casemiro, when you haven't got Eriksen, there's a massive drop-off in the team. There's no doubt about that. Massive drop-off in quality. I actually thought Ferdinand did well in a deeper position today. Yeah. He did that in a couple of Europa League games last year and was very good in big games. So I think he can do that. Can he do it for a long time? I don't know. I think with him and Eriksen playing in the team, it brings a bit more creativity, it brings a bit more quality. I think Casemiro adds quality as well. And
Control.
The big worry for me has got to be the centre forward.
Yeah.
We can't create a chance for him. Look, now he scored 5 goals in the Champions League. He's not scored a league goal. He hasn't had a chance tonight. I don't think he had a chance on Saturday. It's a big concern from where the goals are going to come from. You expect creativity, don't you, from your wide players, from Ante Garnacho. But they're quite selfish players. They're not players who are looking up and they're thinking about scoring their own goals, thinking about scoring themselves. And obviously from last year, they'd not got Rashford as well. He was in flying form last year. He's not been in that type of form this year, and he was ill tonight, so they couldn't come back to him.
Bruno's not creating either at the moment, and he was the chief. I think Harry Kane's got as many assists here at Old Trafford this season as him after one game. It's crazy.
There's a lot of responsibility put as well on Højlund for a young player that's just changed leagues, and sometimes we forget that, I suppose, because the Champions League stats so that he's their top scorer and level in terms of top scorer generally. Look, he's going to grow into this role, but then you've got Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial that are ill and miss this game. Hopefully we'll be back for the weekend. They'll need something because it's Liverpool at Anfield, and you two know how difficult it is to go there as players and what that might do to a team that's already low on confidence.
We were talking before, saying, do you remember what it was like going to Anfield, what the feeling was like playing against Liverpool? And it was like, well, you take as minimal touch as you can, try and play your way into the game slowly, but you've got to be aggressive, you've got to be brave, you've got to have the courage to take the ball at times there and to be willing to fight, roll your sleeves up. That's before any quality, any passing, any shooting, any skills. Go in there and understand the assignment.
Erik, the European campaign is over for Manchester United. When the draw was made for this group, it's fair to say this didn't look like a group that would be hard for Manchester United to get out of. How do you think the campaign got away from you?
We didn't lose it today. That's clear. And I think we had some good performances, but then also we made mistakes, some individual errors from more players. And in the end it's not good enough. But I think today the performance was, again, very good. And we didn't deserve to lose, but we lost the game.
As you say, it wasn't just lost today, but you did still have a chance going into this final game. And in the end, in a game where you had to win, it was just 5 shots and 1 on target. Why do you think that was? Do you feel like the players showed enough effort and conviction out there?
Oh, absolutely. I think the team did very good. I think we were very good in the defending organisation. We were very good in the pressing. We had many ball occasions, especially second half, second half. But then we take enough benefit from it. That's also the truth. We have to see that. But also you play against a strong side, and we have to see that as well. Bayern is a good team, and they have, but I said before, they have always. Even when they are not in the game, they have individual class, had to use one moment, and unfortunately that happened.
Throwing away leads seemed to be the theme of the group stage for Manchester United in terms of dropping crucial points. How do you now ensure that that doesn't become a theme for the rest of the season?
We know we want to be more consistent, and then me as a manager, I have to improve the team progress. I have to guide them, and the players have to take the responsibility. So we have to do that together.
After going behind in the match as well, Erik, how much more difficult did it become for you to be able to affect the game with the limited options that you had on the bench?
That's clear. The players gave everything. You saw the spirit, and as I said, I really have to credit the team for a big compliment, the way they worked together as a team. against this good Bayern side. But yeah, of course, then the energy when the game is going, you need the energy from the bench, and of course, when especially in the front line, the options were limited.
When you look back at this campaign, after working so hard last season to get back into the Champions League, do you look back at this with huge regret now?
No, not with regret. We want to be in, and the target was always to overwinter, and we didn't make it. But yeah, we have to accept it. We have to learn from it. Also, that we play some good football in the Champions League, and for instance, Rasmus Højlund scored five times, and that's a very good performance. And you have to take that belief into the Premier League, and I think that counts for the whole team. We have to take some good performance into the Premier League, and we want to be back again in the Champions League, so we have to qualify us over the Premier League.
And for Maguire and Shaw, how serious are those injuries?
I can't say in this moment. Always we have to wait 24 hours, and then we have an assessment, a diagnose. So we have to wait for it.
Thanks, Erik.
You're welcome.
Pass that ball ever so well.
A little Megs as well in there for the pass.
They put their head up, they run forward, they defend together, they go together as a team forward also, so they deserve it.
Manchester United, do you want to say something?
No, I don't. I don't want to talk about... I've said enough about Man United. We'll discuss them later with Peter. But one word, underwhelming.
Oh.
What?
Underwhelming.
Oh, so no, I couldn't hear. I had a lot going on in my ear. I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
You were like, what is it?
No, I'm sorry. I genuinely couldn't hear. By the way, if you're watching over on with the Golasso show with Nico and with Freddie, welcome along to our show. Good to have you with us. Thank you for sticking with us. We got a whole post-game still to come. It's been a long day for us already, hasn't it? Is that fair no, not at all. Just sharing with people. It's called sharing. Sharing is caring.
Why has it been a long day?
We've been shooting a commercial.
To be fair, you were alone doing that?
We were shooting a commercial. Well, the star of the show had to shoot a little bit longer than some of the other people involved.
Sorry.
It's the kind of day that we needed some snacks to keep us going because sugar rush was needed. Isn't that right, Micah?
Oh, my God, no.
No.
Micah?
Just a little bit.
No.
Did you need a few more snacks than anybody else?
No, you're not going to do that. I know why.
Just a few snacks.
Why?
Oh, have you not got the video now? Just a still?
No, that's it, just a still. You're laughing, but you have a secret stash.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so your secret stash in the pocket. What have we got?
What have we got? No, I don't. Oh. No, it's for my kids. They're here.
Oh, your lollipops?
Yeah, for my kids. I have 3. At home. I've got a drumstick. No, there are 3 here for my kids. That's how it is.
What?
A double dip?
Nobody knows about a double dip back in America, nor a drumstick.
So what do they call this in America?
Candy.
Oh, candy.
Oh, candy.
I take you to the candy shop.
Oh, no, it's not the same.
So
it's not the same thing. No, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's all right.
I'm singing lyrics.
Yeah, but don't go further.
Okay.
We are going to go to a very quick break.
Big problem.
We will be right back with more Champions League coverage for you. We've got highlights, analysis, interviews, breakdown of everything that's happened. We'll be right back in just a minute. Thierry got told off for having lollipops on the table.
I'll leave them right here, John. What's he going to do about it?
Do you not like him having his lollipops on the table, John?
Come.
What's
Take them
the
off.
problem with that?
You don't want to be on
First you
TV?
weren't allowed to drink out of a cup. Now you're not allowed your lollipops on the table.
What's Thierry wants? Thierry
This guy has no heart.
Everyone here knows
That's
that.
for my kids. Can I leave them here? John, take them off if you want.
Oh,
You're not coming.
he's testing you, John.
You're
All
talking
right, so I'll
to the
leave it
12th most influential person.
Exactly.
In
That's
Oh, John's it.
You're going to take it off for my kids.
No one
That's for my
messes with
kids.
John. No one messes with them.
You have no
Yes.
I have 3 more. Hey.
About time there was some discipline.
You're going to come again. No.
He's stupid. Okay, we're going to talk about Group A. We are, of course, going to talk about the fact that Manchester United lost to Bayern Munich and they do not now have any European football to play after the Christmas period. Let's take you straight out to Peter Schmeichel, who is at Old Trafford for us.
That's mine.
Peter, it's fun in the studio, but it's not very fun where you are. I imagine. I feel bad for
what's
you.
wrong?
We've got a song for you.
Always look on the bright
side of life.
Yeah. Well, what can I say?
Even the haircut
Not
is
a lot
gone.
of fun here at Old Trafford, for sure. And it's not a lot of fun listening to a former Arsenal player, former Liverpool player, and a former Man City player. You're having a laugh. You know, regardless of how many lollipops you've got on the table.
I didn't say anything yet.
What did you make of today, Peter? How did you feel about the performance that Man United gave, knowing what was at stake?
Yeah, everything about today was a little bit weird here at Old Trafford. Just before the kick-off, I said, the stadium is still not full. There's no atmosphere. There's a bit of a weird atmosphere, and it took all the way up to the 51st minute for the home fans to do anything like a little bit of support for the team. And it was just like that, there's a lot of Bayern Munich supporters there. They were vocal all the way through. It was like they were dominating it. And it was reflecting from the performance. The pitch, on the pitch, it was just average. And that is even, being nice. There are a lot of players in that team that, they have to have a little bit of a meeting with themselves and look at their performance today. There's a lot of players who thought this was all about them today, trying to sort of be the hero in quite a few situations where, a pass would have been a better option. So there was a lot of things not going right today, and it's not nice to be a Man United supporter to see that kind of performance today. And it was, I have to be honest, right from the word go, I never felt there was a goal coming, never at any point. And I don't think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we created a single chance in the whole game.
Peter, one of the most thrilling things, I think, for a lot of sort of football supporters in the past was some of the teams that you played in. Obviously a great team, but watching Manchester United chase a game and trying to score a goal in that sort of last 10 or 15 minutes, that was the biggest thing that stood out for me today. We know the quality isn't there right now compared to Bayern Munich, but at Old Trafford, going for it, showing energy, pace, going forward, throwing, everything at it. Yeah. There was just no life at all in Manchester United at all.
No, I totally agree with you. And there isn't a lot of pace in the team, to be honest. You got a little bit on the left wing, you got a little bit up front. But then you got a midfield who seems to be confused about what their job is. Some of them are pressing, some of them aren't pressing. They leave that massive gap in between the defenders and the front players, and it's like two linear lines. And it just seems, everything seems a little bit out of sync, I have to be honest. And of course you have Harry Maguire coming off with an injury. We think Luke Shaw, I'm going to ask Ten Hag about that when he comes over. Luke Shaw as well came off with an injury. I think we've got Liverpool on Sunday or
Sunday.
You think?
Sunday, yeah.
You know.
Well, I think, I'm trying not to think about that. And it's going to be without our captain. It's going to be without possibly our best player in the last month or so, Harry Maguire. It's going to be without Luke Shaw if he's injured. The prospects are not very, very good. And based on the performance today, how can this team go to Anfield and win? I just can't see it.
Peter, you are our resident Dane, and I know obviously it's difficult to celebrate a success for Copenhagen at the expense of a Manchester United, but have you been able to see any of the pictures that are coming in?
Yeah, I said before the game, and I do mean that FC Copenhagen already by this point, before this last game, should have qualified. That's how well I think they've played. I've been very, very impressed with how Nielstrup has changed his team from what they did in the Champions League last season, where they were a little bit cautious, and this time around they decided they were going to take the game to every opponent, regardless of who it was. And of course the famous win against Manchester United 4-3. They should have won the first game in Galatasaray as well. They were 2-0 up with 5 minutes to go. They've been playing really, really well in a lot of games, and today they finished the job. And I wish them all the best. Congratulations. And now I'm not going to follow Manchester United for the rest of this Champions League campaign. Maybe I'm going to follow FC Copenhagen. So there's a little bit of happiness here.
Is that a request, Pete?
It was. Pete, are you listening?
OK, Pete, we're going to let you go and get some interviews. We'll speak to you again shortly. It'll be interesting to see who we can get to talk to at Old Trafford tonight. Thank you very much, Peter. Let's take a look at the goal that won it then for Copenhagen at home against Galatasaray. And this was it. Here we go.
Well, it's a beautiful move, wasn't it? Laraga, Jamie?
Yeah, that was the man.
Beautiful goal.
Yeah, it was. I mean, as I said, Galatasaray, you mentioned before, was on top for most of the game, but the way Copenhagen play, they're solid, they're a team. And Thierry, you got it spot on before the game. You felt they'd have enough.
Yeah, because, Jamie, it's an easy one. You exactly know what they're about. There is no, we're trying to find out what Man United are about. It's easy with this team. They defend well, and they have a way to counter, and we saw what a goal from Laraga, but this is what I like with them.
When you talk about the team, look at those players behind the ball, all fighting for each other, people throwing themselves in front of each other. There's an energy there, look at the crowd behind.
Look at this.
Copenhagen are exactly the opposite of Manchester United. No stars, no big money signings, but they're a team. And a team is always better than a group of individuals. And that is proven in this group stage. And brilliant scenes at the end. You see how much it means to them getting through. Because for them, it's almost like winning the Champions League, what you'd expect, sort of the scenes of a Madrid or a Manchester City, winning the competition. That's how big it is for them.
So back then to that other Group A game, which was the one between Manchester United and Bayern Munich. Kingsley Coman with the goal in that one to win it for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask Peter, and I'll ask him a little bit later on. And it was a great move from Bayern. We've talked about Kane so much and his passing ability. But the way the play materialised, you just see he gets it in there, and just that pass before he could move. And I just wanted to ask Peter, with the goalkeeping positioning, from someone obviously experienced, to see that the pass there could have been 2-3 yards off his line to try and help out his defence there. But nevertheless, I mean, when you see someone got that much time, you can pick your spot. And he did that superbly well.
What a pass from Kane.
Really was.
Well, look at this. Table doesn't lie, does it? Bayern finish in first place, Copenhagen in second. They move on to the round of 16 with that result. Galatasaray in third. They will go to the Europa League playoff. For Manchester United, it is over and out. Sayonara. Goodbye, Europe. What's up?
No, I just think that I think Bayern scored 12 goals and Man United scored 12 goals. I think that's the first time that happened in the history of the Champions League, that you finish bottom with 12 goals. Same amount of goals of the team that finished top. It's just shocking.
I mean, the stats don't end there with Manchester United.
Excuse me?
The stats don't end there with Manchester United.
Do they not? Do you have other interesting stats?
12 goals and you don't qualify.
We'd love to hear them.
Well, no team ever before from the English Premier League, one of the biggest leagues in Europe, ever conceded 15 goals.
How did you say it?
15 goals. And
that's what he did, 15 goals.
And I've got an even better one here for you.
Look, he had there. I can't really talk, sorry.
There's only 3 teams this season out of 96. Think of the big 5 leagues in Europe, 96 teams, only 3 of them.
Why are you talking to me? I thought you were just telling people stats. Why are you directed at me?
Because you're the one who needs educating more than anybody else. There's only...
OK, Joey Barton.
There's only...
Wow! 3! Wow!
There's only 3 teams who've lost more games than Manchester United this season. Do you want the names?
Yes, we do.
Sure.
Union Berlin.
What's up with your breathing tonight? It's awkward.
Almeria.
Almeria.
What they called?
Almeria.
What they called?
Is that another accent you're doing?
Hey, let him go to the third one. Let him go to the third one.
Burnley.
That's we know Burnley.
How do you say Almeria?
Hey, let's move on. The
Almeria.
third. Oh, wow. What about you?
Almeria.
Why Maria?
Oh, Maria.
Mike has got a song for everything. Help me out. Where are we going? What are we doing next? Let's go to a break.
Hello. We're back with the latest news from Manchester United. Defender Harry Maguire was forced to leave the field in the final moments of the first half in Manchester United's Champions League clash against Bayern Munich at Old Trafford on Tuesday night due to a suspected groin injury. The English international player, who formed a partnership with Raphael Varane in the center of defense, felt uncomfortable when in possession of the ball. He received medical attention from a United physiotherapist before returning to the game. However, just seconds after his return, he kicked the ball out, indicating to the bench that a substitution was needed. Johnny Evans came on to replace him in the 40th minute. Maguire, who received the Premier League Player of the Month award for November last week, was applauded as he left the pitch, no doubt in recognition of his recent performances. Although the severity of the injury is still unclear at the time of writing, United are hopeful that Maguire's sideline will be brief. The Reds are still without defenders Lisandro Martinez, still recovering from a long-term injury, and Victor Lindelof, absent in the last 2 games. The clash with Bayern marked Maguire's 17th appearance of the season in all competitions. He has racked up praise in recent weeks, delivering a series of impressive performances. Leave a message of support for Maguire. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.